This is going to be the most low budget live I've ever done. Can't find my charger. I got like 39% on my phone, so I'm fixing to ride it out though. Waiting for some people to get in here because I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but we're fixing to find something. Come on, guys. Where y'all at? And my vape's going to die. I know I got some chargers somewhere. I guess I just don't really care that much. I'm tired. Hey, what's up, Joanna? How you doing? I was just explaining this is gonna be a severely low budget live. Like I don't have a tripod. I'm sitting here holding my phone. Um, I am at my parents' house. I came home. I always gotta come home and see them little girls, my nieces and nephews, and my mom and dad. But yeah, I'm here with my brother, sister-in-law, their kids, and my mom and dad. And I brought some awesome ass pork barbecue from my favorite place ever. Like I just discovered it. It's not far from where I live. It's called Top Hog Barbecue. And like every weekend I get like 4 pounds of it and bring it home. And I brought catfish today too. But yeah, I've just been hanging out with my family pretty much. Got one more day off tomorrow, then be going back to work. I think I'm going back to work Monday anyway. Like somebody flipped a dump truck over. We got shut down Friday. So I'm still waiting to hear like they could like shut us down for a couple days over that. Nice. Yeah, my parents are depending on traffic. Like I can do it in like an hour if there's no traffic, but if you know if there's a little bit of traffic, it might be an hour 15. If it's a little bit more traffic, it might take me an hour and a half, depending. It didn't used to be like this down here. All you Yankees have invaded the South and drove up our home prices. I used to be able to buy a pretty nice house with what I got, but right now I can't because houses are crazy expensive. I'm gonna have to mute this, um, so this ain't gonna keep going off. There we go. What's up, Dan? Uh, that sucks. Well, thanks for popping in anyway, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, we got 12 people in here now. Here they come. I hope we're gonna have a good one tonight. Like we're gonna have some deep conversations. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Cool. Prosec LGBT power. Word up. Uh, where's my witches at? What's up, Diamond Cutter? Don't get freaked out because I called them girls witches. But yes, sir, you too. But the word witch just means to know. So I call people that know stuff witches. Where you guys at? Cicady King, are you in here? Or Kim Sutton, are you in here yet? Or are you guys just gonna blow me up on Facebook Messenger? Um, hey, thank you, Diamond Cutter. Appreciate that. I'm trying to have some deep conversations tonight. I've been running around with them kids all day. They finally went to bed, so I got a minute. I could do a live. Huh. Well, you know how to make salves. That's called kitchen witchery. You know. Did any of you guys know anything about the Book of Enoch and how it talks about the fallen angels and how like basically like Lucifer taught music to mankind, and like the certain other angel taught like roots and cuttings and like medicine, science, mathematics, like they all came from fallen angels. Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you, Diamond Cutter. Appreciate all of you guys. We don't have half of it. Everybody done dipped out. I guess I wasn't entertaining enough for them, or maybe it's because of this is the most low budget YouTube channel ever. I need to get like a tripod or something to put my phone on. And when I'm at my boat, I just open up my laptop usually, and I've been using the laptop to do it. Wow. I met a girl with 333 tattooed on her arm on an airplane. I bet you heard that story on my video. I got the best freaking massage last night from some witches. Nah, I gotta quit using that word. It's gonna creep people out. Uh, oh, well, maybe because I'm talking low because everybody's in bed here. How about now? Can you hear me now? But yeah, I got the best massage last night. I swear to God, I was like hallucinating. Like it was transcendental, man. Like it was the wildest shit ever. Like I had a crazy night last night, but it was good, good crazy. I snorted some Amazonian jungle medicine called Hape. Wait, man, I don't know if I should say. I think that's legal. I'm not even sure, but I'm pretty sure that's legal. I think all it is like tobacco or something. Yeah, yeah. I'm at my mom and dad's. You guys like my new sunglasses? Pretty dope. Um, but yeah, I got these sunglasses from the guy whose house I was out last night. Um, him and his girlfriend, like I knew her for like a couple years. I met her like on a I'm gonna say the word again, a witch group on Facebook. I think I met a couple of y'all. I think, yep, Kim, I met you in a witch group on Facebook too. I think. Um, but I meet a lot of cool people in those groups. Yeah, Kim, I don't think it's illegal to snort Hape, is it? I mean, I guess I should have probably made sure of that before I went talking about it on the internet, but I can't see why it would be illegal. But whatever. So, oh, my dad and my brother, they're not asleep. They're up there watching football. I just heard them. Right. Nobody watches my YouTube lives anyway. My last one got like 200 views. But yeah, not only like was it a massage, like they was like doing some magic. Like they put like salt on me and it was like ringing bells. You know, they say bell like the vibration of bells is like clears energy. Like you know, there's all types of things we don't know about. But that was crazy. Like it was like the most official massage that I ever had in my life. Like literally, I was like tripping. Right, right, right. That's the type of witchiness I'm talking about right there, Katie. Sound baths. So yeah, that they did that to me, and like, it was really cool, man. Like those are two cool ass people. No, I didn't get a happy ending. Uh, but I don't know, man. Like would take a that was even better than a happy ending. Right, I know. Like I don't I know what you're saying. Like, to me, everybody's a witch, though. A lot of people just don't even know it. Like, you know, people are still like manifesting things, even though they're not unaware that they're even doing it. But like the word warlock, that means like oath breaker. So a lot of people don't like to be called warlocks. They call themselves male witches. So I know that Kim has like studied occultism, specifically like light occultism. But what do you know anything about that, Katie, or Diamond Cutter, or anybody else that's still in here? Let's talk about occultism. Let's talk about some real shit. Right? Yeah, Kim. That's what I was saying. We're all alchemists, whether we know it or not. That was definitely healed the shit out of me last night. Like that was wild, dude. Like I would pay good money for that. Like at least like once a month or something. Next time I have to eat some shrooms or something. Just kidding. Um, so I see some hieroglyphics and the Trump up. What's that? The Eye of Horus, the Ankh. I can't tell what that next one is. Looks like Enki sitting in a throne or something. Scarab, an owl. I don't know what I'm gonna do when my vape battery dies. Man, everybody's leaving. They ain't trying to talk about what we're getting into. Um, have you guys like read like the Corpus Hermeticum, like any like hermeticism or like Kabbalah magic? Like I've studied Kabbalah a little bit, like the Sephiroths and the duality of it, male and female, and all that. The Kabbalistic tree of life. There's just so much to learn. That's what I want to know. I want to know these ancient uh, truths that are kept from us. I come to understand, how I guess the nature of reality and how we're like left in the darkness and kept ignorant for a reason on purpose, and they know all these things that we don't know and they keep it from us. So I'm not trying to have nobody keep nothing from me. I want to know it. We got a couple more people back in here. What's up? Who's all in here? Say hey. Everybody in the live say hey. Here comes my sister-in-law. Hey, you want to be on YouTube? Are you sure? I'll make you famous right now. Yeah, I'm sure you could. Okay, so it's on your list to think what to read, the Corpus Hermetica, or just to read more occult texts. There's so much things I want to read, man. Um, I've not really talked about. I think I talked to one of them. So a guy that he's been one of my subscribers on here since the very beginning. Like he saw me on the After Prison show. His name's Clinton Caraway. I actually made there's a video on my channel that says for Clinton Caraway. Like I made a video especially for him. Uh, but we're like cool now. Like, and he lives out there, and we're friends on Facebook now. And I had posted. Matter of fact, it was that thing that you sent me, Kim, about the helicopter blowing the shit over, and he said that ain't like that was just an accident or whatever. Like they didn't mean to do that. That's not really going on there. He said they've been helping the shit out of him and his people. So you gotta watch out for. The shit. That's why with that last one, I just posted that on Facebook too. But I don't have an iPhone. But how that shit was saying that Siri was saying the shit was geo-engineered or whatever. I posted on Facebook like, yo, somebody with an iPhone, Google this shit and see, because I want to know. A lot of people spread like misinformation, man, to make us look like we're crazy. I think that's the whole QAnon shit is about. I figured that out a long time ago when everybody was all on the QAnon shit. Like I'm just looking at what they're saying, and none of that shit's really coming true. They kept. How long did they say? Oh, Hillary Clinton's in Guantanamo Bay, going to be executed, and all this wild shit, and they get people to fall for that shit, and then when it don't happen, they're like, "See, these motherfuckers are crazy." I think QAnon might have actually started out legit, but then they infiltrated it. But I don't know. I don't know shit. Never claimed to. But yeah, Clinton Caraway said that they weren't, you know, like they were doing nothing but helping him and his people. So I would believe that coming from somebody that's telling me they're there, witnessing it with their own eyes, than somebody that just seen some shit on a Facebook post. I've been trying to like watch a scary movie or something. This weather, I'm really enjoying this cool weather, man. Like it's like fall's finally coming, so it's been making me feel like I should watch some kind of scary movie. But movies just suck so bad. Like I can't. Like there's a new Salem's Lot that I thought I might check out, but every time I try to watch TV, like I can't pay attention to it. I end up doing something else and have no idea what I just watched on the TV. Are any of you guys like that? Do I really have ADD? Is that really a thing? Or is it just that phones have so many distractions? You got notifications and shit going off, and you keep checking your phone, and then you're going to get a message from somebody, and you got to message them back. And I think that has a big deal to do with why I can't watch TV shows. Vivarium. I have not seen that. Ain't even heard of it. Well, so they have audiobooks, Katie and Kim, of like the Corpus Hermeticum. The Corpus Hermeticum is three books. You have the Emerald Tablet of, some people pronounce it different. Toth, Toth, Thoth. That thought. They say that's where the word thought comes from, because Thoth or Thoth or whatever you want to call them, that's like the Egyptian ibis head god, and that's the equivalent of Mercury. Like the Greeks call him Mercury, and some people call him Lucifer, I think, the light bringer, because that's who brought all of our knowledge. And they say he lived on Atlantis, but he like escaped Atlantis before it went down, and he brought the knowledge of Atlantis to Egypt. Katie, that's exactly the way I feel. I'm like, if this is not making me smarter, or opening my mind in some way, like this is hurting me. I'm wasting precious minutes of my life. Like we only have so long on Earth. Now I can't get into, like, I used to love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That used to make me laugh my ass off. But so if something can like make you laugh like that, maybe it is worth. Maybe it's good for your mental health. But I'm just like you. I can't get into TV because I'm always like, man, I should be studying something. I should be playing guitar. I should be. Uh, I want to be able to like sing better. And they say like you can, like your voice is an instrument, and you can tune it, and you can, you can get better at whatever you want. The Office, I have seen that once or twice. Dwight Schrute in the Staplers. That dude's pretty funny. Dwight Schrute. So, since you're here, Katie, I was gonna wait and do this uh, when you got on here. Katie sent me some salves. That's why I called her a witch. Yeah, I just got this. I didn't even know it was here. I just seen it on the counter a second ago. But I'm not gonna do it to BB tonight. It's late. Maybe I should, but I'm on this live right now and I can't hold the phone and do that at the same time. But it's as soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna slather my dog down in this, and hopefully it does something for her. I had to quit. I wish I could sleep with her in the bed with me still. Like I had to quit letting her sleep in my bed because her skin was just getting too gross. She's being a good girl though. She's in her kennel right now. She's not been in this thing, and I bet. Well, no, I had it in West Virginia. I left West Virginia in February, so hell, it's October now. 8 months ago, she's not been in that cage in 8 months, but she likes it. It's kind of weird. I hate cages, but BB has no problem going in that box. Like, oh, that's all I gotta say is get in your box, BB. She'll jump right in there. You won't cry for me to get her out or nothing. She's a good girl. So yeah, I wish I could get like Logan Hart up in this shit, Kimberly. That's the type of shit I'm trying to talk. Like Logan Hart is he's that dude. I I, I have a lot of respect for that guy. Start a ramble about Hermeticism. Okay, so Hermeticism. I don't. I may have already even said this before. Like I probably have. Hermeticism is called Hermeticism, and hermetic, like hermetically sealed, means it's like airtight. But the word hermetic comes from Hermes, and Hermes is also Mercury. Like this is what I started to tell you about, like Thoth. Uh, it's all Mercury, Hermes, Thoth. Like he has many different names, but that's where a lot of like so the seven hermetic principles. Like I could tell you them all there for a minute because I was like purposely trying to memorize it all, but it's been a while. Uh, so the first one is the all is mind. The first hermetic principle. Everything, the principle of mentalism. Everything is mental. Basically, we are just the thoughts of God. You know, all that is infinite possibilities, infinite infinity. All that is, all that was, all that will ever be. And the second hermetic principle is, I think, the principle of correlation. So, as above, so below. That's where you see a lot of people have, clothing and stuff that says that as above, so below. You hear that term, and that um, is talking about the principle of correlation. So, like the Washington Monument in front of that reflecting pool, the pool in Washington D.C. reflects that 666-foot phallus, and so it goes upwards and it goes downwards into the reflecting pool. So that's a hermetic symbolism. That's as above, so below, and it also says as within, so without. Um, but like an example of that would be, and I can remember, I feel like I've said all these things a million times, but I can remember being in the seventh grade and going in biology class and seeing, um, being taught the atomic structure with protons and neutrons in the center and electrons spinning around it, and looking at that and thinking like that looks like the sun with the planets spinning around it, and just having that thought in my mind like, what if our whole solar system was just a little tiny atom and we just thought that it was big, because everything is relative. Like, and that's another hermetic principle too. They're they have the principle of duality, but everything is still like the same. So if it's hot or if it's cold, it's just two different expressions of the same thing, which is temperature, if that makes any sense. So what is hot to me, like I'll be I'm like a Viking, dude. Like I can be cold as hell. Like when I was in West Virginia working, like I had 6 dudes in my truck every day, and they would be all bundled up with hoodies and coats and thermals, and I'm like stripped down, got like a t-shirt on, and I'm still like needing to run the air conditioner because it was cold. Or I mean, I wasn't cold, but they were freezing. So you know, it's all just relative. Um, what the principle of vibration? Nothing, nothing is still. Everything moves, and that's true. Like we know that for a fact now. Everything on this universe is made out of atoms and molecules, and they have moving parts that are, positively and negatively charged. And they say an atom is like 97%. I can't. Is it 97 or 99? It's a large majority of an atom is empty space. So we think that these things are solid, like that rock, that tile floor right there, that wooden table. But really, all of this, we think that it's still, but it's not. It's all moving. Um, Cause and effect, the principle of cause and effect, it's kind of like Newton's every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I mean, he probably stole that from Hermes Trismegistus. By the way, that's who these Hermetic principles are attributed to. Uh, Hermes Trismegistus means Hermes the thrice greatest. Um, so I don't. Was that all 7 of them? There's probably one I forgot, but I'm pretty fascinated by those things because I see like the truth in them, and I guess that's something that I'm like totally like. I'm obsessed with like learning the truth and knowing the truth. They say know the truth and the truth will set you free. But I want to know. What about you guys? What do you think? There's a couple people still here. Are you guys still there? I want to smell this stuff. Let's see. What does it smell like? So it's like a big old tube of chapstick. What should I put it on? I guess I'll just save it all for my dog. Trent, you're scared to death. Yeah, you think so, Bob? I think. I definitely was not scared in Trenton. I definitely didn't get hit in my footlocker in Trenton. Check my jacket, homie. I know you wasn't down in Trenton. I'm not even gonna kick you out of here, bro. I'm gonna let you stay. You definitely were not. What pot? What unit was you on? So you trying to say you was in ad seg with me? Well, you wasn't going out to the yard. You don't know me, bro. You went out in the yard when I was shitting on Max B. 5 tier. So, what prison was you from when you was in ad seg? Who sent you there? day after you. I don't even remember what tiers I was on in that seg. 5 tier. I want to say I was on 5 tier. So you came from Southwoods, huh? Well, I was in population in Trenton, and I still talk to a whole bunch of people in Trenton, and they can tell you that I was not scared, and I did not get my cheeks smashed. Damn. So, yeah, if you were in seven wing with me, we obviously I don't know you. You ain't never been out on the yard when I was out there. You wasn't on my line, so you don't know shit about me, bro. I think you're just like why? What's your purpose? I know you, huh? No, negative. I looked on your little profile picture and I ain't never seen you before. Um, what's up, Anna? Happy Saturn Day to you. Saturn kind of creeps me out, man. But I guess when you start to really understand everything, you got to have a bad guy. There wouldn't be no good without evil, you know. Hell yeah. I had to get my other vape. That one died. Yep, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, Bob Wilson. Was you down in Southwoods with Kevin Planker? Because that's where he's at right now. And you better hope you don't ever go back there because I'll have him beat you up for talking shit to me on my YouTube channel. Don't even know where that shit is. What, the thumbs up button? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this shit either, to tell you the truth. Yeah, Planker would definitely beat you up for me if I told him to. But I wouldn't do that to you, bro. I was just joking. Really? I got I talked to people in northern Trenton, Rawway, and Southwoods, and most of them are killers. I could do that. Hammerhead. You talking about Donnie? I'll have Donnie beat you up. That was my dude. I would be talking to him. I can't remember his last name, or I'd probably send him a message and say what's up to him. If that's the same dude I'm thinking about, if you're talking about Donnie. Yeah, Donnie's my dude. And yeah, he'll tell you that you got me fucked up. The last time I seen Donnie, we were in visit, and my brother's son, who's now like 10 years old, was a baby. This is a funny ass story. And I was sitting next to Donnie and his girl in visit, and my brother came and brought his baby in there, and Donnie was like, "Yeah, Donnie Nichols. I'm gonna try to look him up on NJDLC." Uh, but he was like, "Man, you think I could hold that baby?" He's like, "I haven't held a baby in like 20 years, dude." And like my brother's little baby was like this bright blue, like his eyes looked like gas stove, like a flame on a gas stove. He had these bright blue eyes. And so my brother, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, he's my boy, and you can let him hold him." And so my brother like handed Donnie his baby. Mackerly, who the fuck? I thought you was a Mackerly. So you must be related to Chris Mackerly. And then who was that old man with the one leg? I bet that's your people. That's your family too. Uh, but yeah, so I told my brother like Donnie's holding his baby. Yeah, Donnie's the shit. I fuck with him, and he fucks with me. Um, so Donnie's got my brother's little baby right holding it. And I tell my brother, I'm like, "Yo, he took the warden hostage in Minnesota. That's why he's here." My brother's like, "Oh, I'll take him back." My brother got all scared, but I'm like, "Nah, man, Donnie's cool people." Yeah, man. I feel bad for all of those dudes in there. Donnie too. Like when I'm eating a cheeseburger or I got him with a bad chick, like badass naked chick, like I feel guilty because of so all those people that I know ain't never gonna be able to do these things that I'm doing right now. And like so Planker, I say that to him all the time. Like he'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I won't want to tell him like, "Oh, I'm eating a fucking steak right now." And I tell him how I feel. Like I think back on all the people just like Donnie, and how they can't eat the steak. They can't be with this girl that I'm like, and it fucks me up. But Kevin said there's one difference in me and you. He said I deserve to be here and you didn't. But still, man, it's a mind fuck for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I was on a tier with your brother Chris, uh, in Sussex County for a while. What do you mean he did too? Uh, no, the baby did not cry, Diamond Cutter. The baby liked Donnie. Right. Donnie was actually really. That's one of the reasons why I just said I should reach out to Donnie. And if I knew it, I've forgotten it. It is Donnie Nichols. Um, but like that's one of them people that I feel like I should hit up and just be like, I haven't forgot you, bro. Like, because Donnie treated me real good. Donnie was really good to me. Like him and I don't know. You probably don't know Thor. Thor Frey. He legally changed his name to Thor Frey. But Donnie and Thor used to take care of me, bro. Make sure I had two mattresses, and you know, like they looked out for sure. Both of them dudes did. What shows my heart, Diamond Cutter? Oh, because uh, the guilt that I feel for the soldiers that ain't with us. Yeah, I think maybe they have a lag on this, maybe so like YouTube can censor the shit, and if you say something fucked up, they can like block it and not put it out there. So I don't know. I don't know too much about this shit, but that's my guess. Yeah, yeah. That's why Donnie was from Minnesota. He was like a hammer skin or something from Minnesota, and he took the warden hostage, and that's why he was in Trenton in the first place. So how did you even know Donnie if you was from Southwoods? Because Donnie was in Trenton. Uh, you met him in Ad Sag or something? Oh, Thor had fucked up charges. That was Donnie's bunkie. Um, I never knew that. I didn't know. A lot of people had fucked up charges in Trenton, man. Uh, I remember seeing something about reading something about Thor in the newspaper in Pennsylvania, but for whatever I read about him in the papers, like it didn't say it was there wasn't no fuckery in that. But yeah, I never heard that about him. I wonder how much battery I got on this phone. I still got 27%. So it says Thor has terrible charges. That dude's a white man. Um, yeah, I got that. I understood what you were saying. You was in population and I thought you said you come from Southwoods to add seg to Seven Wing. So you know Kevin Planker. I mean, I'm assuming if you know Donnie, you know Kevin. You used to go to the Odinist Church. What was Thor's charges? Beat an old lady to death. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I don't think I would want to bunk with him for sure. Like I said, like when I when I was in the county, I was like, if they fucking smoke me, I'm just going down and I'm fucking up people with fucked up charges. But then when I got to 30 piece, and the lawyers were saying like, don't trip out, like just stay out of trouble. You're coming back. You're coming back. I had just enough like of a hope not to just go down there and trip out. But nobody was really fucking up. People like it seemed like everybody down there in Trenton had fucked up charges just about. Like Planker, he killed his chick too. I mean, it wasn't an old lady, but he like strangled his pregnant girlfriend to death. That ain't really respectful. Hey, you have a great weekend too, Okie. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. There was a dude. I told this story. There was a guy on. Well, no, he commented on one of the videos that I made. Uh, he commented in ad like two different people commented. Did I know this person or do I know this person? And one of them, well, yes, somebody was like, oh, because I said Kevin in one of my videos, and they're like, but I said his last name too, and then somebody in the comments was like, I wonder if he's talking about Planker, and then somebody else in a comment said, do you know Pete Papasavas? So I told this story. I was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I know both of those dudes. And I told the story about when Planker choked out Pete Papasavas because we found out what he had done. Um, I get a police come to my cell, right? And they say Gentry legal mail. They go through my shit and then hand me this brief that I had filed, and one of the case laws cited in my brief was State versus Papasavas. And do you know that dude? I mean, if you know these other people, you probably know Pete. But anyway, like I yelled out the door. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I did. I most definitely got blessed. I'm trying to stay blessed. I'm trying to do something good with my life. Uh, but yeah, Pete Papasavas, man, like he had murdered an old lady and did some vile shit. And I told him, I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to go down and read your case in the law library. And I just seen this look come over his face, and he's like, I just gotta warn you, man. He's like, it's not pretty. And so I go down there and I look it up, and yeah, he was like hiding in this old. And he went in his neighbor's basement. An old lady was smoking crack, and she came down and he killed her. And anyway, I brought that shit up, showed it to Planker, and like showed Planker what he did. And like as soon as they popped the doors for us to eat, Planker goes out there, comes up behind Pete, put him in a rear naked choke, and just choked him unconscious and dropped his head fucking bounced off the floor and shit. The police sitting there watching it, didn't do shit about it. But yeah, I don't. I tried real hard not to fuck with no fucked up people like that. Like I can remember one time, this dude was always like trying to talk to me, and somebody was like, "Hey, come here," and I walked over there, and they're like, "Do you know who you're talking to?" And I said, "Nah, I don't know that motherfucker. Like he's just always trying to talk to me." They said, "That's the Rutgers rapist," and just I can't tell you how many times, dude. Like I've told him on my YouTube channel already about that dude Peru. Did you ever know Peru? Like the Zarate brothers. Like I read about those dudes chopping this. She was like a teenage girl, and they chopped her body up. They was getting ready to throw her off the bridge in Patterson, and the police rolled up on them. I was back in Adseg playing basketball with Peru for like a year back in Adseg, and I never even knew it until I got back in population, back on the South Compound. This Dominican dude, I was like going off about people with fucked up charges and how I wanted to just fuck them up and like kind of wild out on them, but I didn't. I was trying to go home and shit. And he's like, man, you can't think about what people are charged with. He's like, you wouldn't fuck with nobody if you did. All right, Bob. Well, appreciate you stopping in, man. It's been real. Come come back on. We'll beat down some more. I am gonna hit up Donnie though and tell him that you told me I got my cheek smashed. I'll say you need to get a hold of your boy. Uh, but yeah, take your phone call, bro. Who else still in here? Did everybody else leave? Diamond Cutter's still with us, I bet. Well, I don't know. I guess maybe I might go too. So y'all better start talking to me, or I'm gonna hang up. This has been an interesting live though. All right, I knew you was still here, Diamond Cutter. I think everybody else left. So, what do you want to talk about, Diamond Cutter? Where are you from? Where do you live? Hanging in there like a hair on a biscuit. I've said that. I've heard that a time or two. Where are you from? I looked at your page a little bit, and it looked like I don't know. There was like some type of uh. Oh, you don't know Pete? Yeah, that was crazy. This girl on one of somebody that subscribed to this YouTube channel asked me did I know him, and then somebody else was like, I wonder if he's talking about Kevin Blanker. So I'm like, well, I might as well make a video out of that. So I told that story that I just said about how Planker choked out Pete when we found out what he did. Pascagoula, Mississippi. Hmm. I've been a lot of places in my life, but I've never been to Pascagoula, Mississippi. Yeah, do that. My Facebook is just my government name, and it'll be easily spottable because I have a giant pink moon as my background photo. So just look for the one with the pink moon on it. But yeah, Bob, if you're still there, I used to go to the Modernist services with Planker too, Waddell, and yeah, I still talk to Planker like a couple times a week, and he got all them dudes from the Odinist services writing me letters like for them spiritual advice. It's pretty wild, really. But yeah, I just looked yesterday. I had 27 videograms from Kevin Planker. I was thinking about putting some of them on, like just. I think what I'm about to start doing is just having people call me from prison and talking to them and like going live or something, or maybe just recording the phone calls and putting them on my channel because that would be interesting stuff to talk about or to hear about, like my conversations with people that are locked up and their stories, and what they got going on with their lives. Like couple dudes that I talked to. I just talked to one of the brothers. He's at a halfway house, but these two brothers got 30 to life for drug charges, and they end up getting resentenced. And one of them is now at a halfway house. The other one is he's got a date for 2027, but he's trying to get more time back. He's trying to get the same deal that his brother got, and he wants to get out too. But worst case scenario, he'll be out in 3 more years, which is damn good compared to 30 to life. So that's a good story. I'm happy for those guys because I always felt real bad for them because they didn't kill nobody or nothing. All they did was sell some dope and got their whole life took away for it. But I talk to them quite regularly. I talked to a chick in prison in Ohio, or a couple chicks in Ohio prison actually, and but I don't think they want to be on YouTube. So who else is in here? You got Diamond Cutter and Bob Wilson. I said that to get your attention, bro. You said what to get my attention? Oh, oh, what's up, Katie? You think so? Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool too. Just like I still be sending these dudes money sometimes too. Like uh, the guy who I was just talking about, the one that got the date of 2027, like his girl, like they were short getting him a food package, so I threw down some money so that she could, because if you're like 1 penny short in your state account and they pull the money for your food package, if you're 1 penny short, you're beat. Like you ain't get nothing. But yeah, matter of fact, he just called me today and thanked me and said he was going to send me his state pay this month, which I should just tell him, keep it, bro. Like, don't even worry about it. But I don't know. Like, I guess that all ties in with me feeling guilty for these people, for the guys that people that did me right, and like there were some people that really fucked with me in there. So I'm just a super loyal guy, I guess. Man, I'm thirsty. I'm really enjoying this fall weather, man. It's awesome. I love the fall. Oh, well, this is damn Chris Mackerly. The fuck? Why are you talking shit to me, Chris Mackerly? You know I wasn't fucking scared in jail. And yeah, you wasn't in Trenton, bro. It's a good idea if you haven't called in and shit and run that off your channel. Yeah, bro. So I was with this dude JD Delay. Do you guys know who that is? Like he's one of the biggest motherfuckers on social media right now. Dude's got over 1 million. Like he was popping up in my feed before I even knew who he was. Then when I did that after prison show interview, he's like, "Bro, you need to get with JD Delay. That's the hottest shit in the whole prison YouTube genre right now." And I never dreamed that I'd be. I got the dude's phone number in my phone right now. Like I'm friends with him now. And this was just a couple months ago. It's wild how like life is just crazy, man. But like I'm friends with this dude, and he's like, bro, I'm not trying to flex, but look, he showed me his YouTube account, $47,000, and this was like September 25th. Wasn't long ago, and the month wasn't even over. But his phone, like he showed me, like he made $47,000 in 25 days. He's like, but he's like, you can do this shit too. Uh, but that would be sick as hell, dude, if I could make 40 grand a month just talking to people. But he puts in hella work, man. Like he makes shorts like all day long. I just, I guess I just got to do what he does. I could just talk about things that are, well, first, I mean, if you don't have a following and people to even watch the shit, but, like he just comments on shit like P. Diddy and all the bullshit that everybody else is talking about. Yeah, bro. Like I had 35 years in Trenton and I couldn't even bitch. I couldn't feel sorry for myself in there because all these like at least I had a date. I'd have been an old ass man. Really, even if I did have to do that 30 years, I'd be over halfway through it now. I'd be on the back side of it if I had never gotten out. But yeah, I could never complain or feel sorry for myself because all these other like, in Trenton, 80% of them dudes ain't never going home. So if you got a release date, they ain't trying to hear you say talk about shit. Oh, I must have missed a comment by Katie. It's never fall in Houston. I try to listen to or read everybody's comments and respond to them. I thought Katie lived out in the desert. I watched one of your YouTube videos. It looked like you were in like Arizona or something. Oh, Anna, you're in Houston, Texas. Oh, Katie said it's about to start getting under 100 degrees here. I'm freezing. Yeah, I lived out. Yeah, I've been everywhere, man. Like I can usually just look at the topography and tell exactly where somebody's at. Like I can look at the trees and look at the lay of the land and be like, oh well, that's Alabama or that's it's weird. But I lived in New Mexico for a few years, so I know what it's like to live in the desert. Well, I appreciate you saying that, man. I try to be a good dude, you know, and not. I try to be a good person, right? Chris Mackerly, this dude right here, aka Bob Wilson, he was in the county jail with me, and like when I very first got locked up, I was on the tier with him. That was when it five left was high bail, but then they turned it into like Chomo PC eventually, and, and we were on Five Right together too. Remember when them dudes jumped me over the TV? Oh, Stax Rue and Brian Walsh and John Walsh. Pretty sure you were there for that. And then when I got out the hole for that, I tried to beat up Stack. I tried to get Stacks to go lock in the cell with me, and he wouldn't do it. But the police seen that everybody was like circling around and shit, and they knew what time it was because they knew that he had like jumped in on that, like it was like 3-on-1, but I wouldn't tell. Like Officer Steffens came down to the hole and was like, "Who else was involved in that?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know I ain't gonna tell you that shit." And he smiled and he said, "Well, if I were you, I would go back up there and spit in Thomas Miller's face and call him a coward and all this wild shit." Like Steffens told me that shit, so I did exactly that. When I got out the hole, I was climbing up the stairs with my little black plastic tote. I'm looking all around for this dude, and I didn't see him nowhere. And then I looked down and I see he was sitting at the card table playing cards directly under me, and I spit right on top of his head. And he looked up, and I said, "Yeah, you already know what time it is." But they moved me to Five Right after that. Well, and I know how much them food packages mean to somebody that has been eating bullshit every day for 20 years. You know what I mean? Remember in Trenton, we used to have to go out to the yard, and you could see the very top of the McDonald's arch coming up over the wall, and you could smell the chicken nuggets and smell the French fries and smell that real food, and then have to go in there and eat fucking dog food every day, and that's fucked up, man. So I know how important food packages are to people. So when that dude's girl called and said that she was short on his food package, I was like, I got you. What's up, New York's Most Wanted? How you doing? Just chilling. Yeah, JD is definitely doing big things. Hey, what's up, Eric Caps? I'm just hanging out, man. Doing a live. Like I hadn't really done anything on YouTube in 8 or 9 or 10 days or something. I got a few subscribers and I don't want to lose them. So even if I don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about, sometimes I just force myself to hit that button and go live and get on here and talk to people. But yeah, it was just kicking it. What's good with you, bro? There's a guy in here that I was locked up in. Well, apparently we was in Trenton and Sussex County Jail together. Why didn't you? Why didn't you ever? Why did I not know you were back in that seg with me? Or did I know and just forget? I don't know. It seemed like I would remember. I remember David Barreto being back there in that seg with me, but I don't recall you ever being back there, man. Oh, what's up, bro? Patrick. Um, yeah, I know, Eric. It's been a while. I ain't been on here in a while. I just kind of forced myself to do it tonight. I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but I was like, man, I got to do it live or people ain't going to fuck with me no more. Um, what's, yeah, well, whatever you're going through, try to stay strong, man. I don't know if you want to talk about it on here or not, but whatever it is, uh, they say it's always darkest before the dawn. Yeah, I'm good, Eric. Oh yeah, man. I I was saying before, like I got like a massage last night, dude, and it was the best damn massage. I swear to God, I think I had like an acid flashback. They must have massaged some LSD out of my spine or something because, I, like it was crazy. I never had no massage like that ever. Um, but and then I slept like all day today, so yeah, it's been a hell of a good weekend for me. Yep. Yeah, that well, they didn't like it was crazy. I couldn't even believe that Brian Walsh hooked off on me like that. But they definitely didn't beat me up. Fucking Stacks and Johnny went and locked in somebody else's cell. My job is good. It was really good, but like, so I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the lady flipping the dump truck over. Well, somebody else flipped the dump truck over Friday, yesterday. Yeah, this is just Saturday, right? Yeah, that was yesterday, and they sent us home. I never seen Stacks in PC in Trenton, but I'll tell you who I did see in PC in Trenton was C Kid Eric Faulkner. He was definitely in PC in Trenton because I used to we used to pass them when we were going out in the yard. Like they had their own little PC yard, and you could see into the PC yard when we would go to regular yard in Trenton, and I definitely seen him in there. I think I asked him like, "Why are you on PC?" And he said they IPC'd him because the Nietas had taken his eyeball out, so he didn't have no say in the matter. Like they made him live in PC. That's what he told me. Well, the guy yesterday, the dude, it was a dude yesterday that flipped a dump truck, and I guess the lady that did it, I thought she was dead. I was the first person on the scene. She did it out on the highway, and I came up on her, and she wasn't moving at all. She was knocked out cold, and I couldn't even tell that she was breathing. And I jumped up on top of the truck and like opened the door. And when I opened the door, like dirt fell down in there in her eyes, kind of, and it. She woke up, and I was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "What do you need me to do?" She was getting crushed by the seatbelt. She was like, "Get the seatbelt off me," and I did. But the guy yesterday, he didn't get knocked out or anything, but I guess he hurt his shoulder. I'd say he'll probably get some workman's comp out of that. We'll, we'll be hiring somebody else in his place. Anybody need a job? I'm about to go watch something with my girl. I like the video that I do. I'm not sure. Girl, fuck with you, homie. Keep doing anything. Word up, bro. I appreciate that. I fuck with y'all too. Oh yeah, yeah. That is wild. It's not every day something like that happens to you. That lady, she told everybody else she's like that I saved her life by getting her out of that seatbelt, but I don't think I saved her life. I think I just got her out of some discomfort, But even to be able to do that when she was hurting, to get her out of that made me feel good. Um, yeah, yeah. I guess my story is different. Uh, hopefully something good comes out of it. So I told JD he's got like a recovery, like peer recovery uh, company. Like I'm not even sure how it even works, but he gave me some information about how to like take classes to become like a certified, like, I guess, drug and alcohol counselor, pretty much like the uh, almost like a life coach for drug addicts. But I'm seriously thinking about taking that. Tennessee is cool, bro, but like the housing situation, like I've been thinking about moving to Ohio because you can buy like I've got some money saved up. I could buy a nice house in Ohio with the money that I got, but I can't buy a beat up trailer with that shit here in Tennessee. You know, uh, I don't. It sucks because I like Tennessee. I've always loved it here, but it's like they're driving up our housing prices, and I can't even afford to live here no more. Like $30, I make $30 an hour, and like that ain't even that much. Like it's like $1,500 a month rent. But me living in that boat saves me money because I only pay like 500 a month to park my boat in the marina. What did you lose in your life while serving your time? I lost my grandmother's. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some of JD's clothes too, man. Just because he's a cool ass dude, and like I'm really proud to be that guy's friend. So I'm gonna buy some of his shit for sure, especially since it's like my homie now. Uh, but my best friend Fred, like he's got a dope ass shirt, and I'm gonna get it and put it on and take a selfie and send it to JD. I'm gonna text it to him. But you guys remember that dude who's like his son got molested by his karate instructor, and the dude was like lurking at the jail, like pretending like he was on the phone, and when they walked the dude by, he turned around and smoked him. Well, Fred has a shirt of that with that guy on it, and I forget the dude's name, but anyway, it's a badass shirt, and I want to get one. Who's who? You talking like I don't? I mean, who is he? Like I don't. I'm not sure who you're asking. Who he is, Eric? Man, damn. The perv. Oh, he's dead now. He ain't nobody. He's dirt. I forgot what state that was even in. But yeah, it's a famous like case. Like the dude like got out of it too. Like he I don't even think he went to jail over it at all. Like murdered this dude at the courthouse because the dude had molested his son. But the dude was all disguised with like a hat and glasses and shit on at the payphone, like lurking, just lurking at the payphone, waiting for this dude to come by, and turns around and smokes his ass right in the court or outside the court or at the courthouse, right in front of the cops and everything. It was badass. Um, Clark Fredericks. Uh, what was the chick? Oh, I know a chick that did the same thing. I talked to her, which that's one of the chicks I talked to in Ohio. She smoked her husband for the same shit. But the person that I'm talking about was a dude. Was most definitely a dude. I forget his name. Like I know the guy's name. I just can't think of it. Oh, who is JD? I'm not sure who he's talking about. He just said who was he? The RFK side assassin? No, no. But I do know a guy that was in prison with Sirhan Sirhan, and they say he didn't do it. They say he's innocent, and Sirhan Sirhan is who allegedly killed Robert F. Kennedy. But I could Google it, but I'm afraid I'll mess up this lie. I'll hang up on y'all or something if I try to do. Yes, sir. I'll holler at you, bro. You have a good night too. So I got like part way monetized on here. You have to have like 3,000 watched hours, and I'm at like 3,400 now. Once you get to 4,000 watched hours, you can. That's when you get really monetized. Like that's when you're like fully monetized, and you like get ad revenue and all that. But right now I'm like partially monetized, so I can do. You guys might see it. There's like a little like dollar sign button down at the bottom, and like you can give me like $2 or something. Yeah, just Google it. Who was the dude that shot his son's molester while he was on a phone? Like it'll tell you all about. It'll tell you that guy's name. Katie, are you still here? Leon. Okay. Did you guys see what Katie sent me? She makes this and sells it. So if anybody needs some good healing salve, this is supposed to be a good healer. Uh, Calendula. Is that how you say that, Katie? Jeff Duquette. Yeah, that's his name. I'm pretty sure. Yep, Katie's still here. What other stuff do you make, Katie, or do you just make this? I have a feeling you make a lot of stuff. You make soaps and things like that. Nice. I I'm kind of weird. I like to do like crafts and stuff too. Um, but I always kind of wanted to like make soaps and candles and things like that. Like I really like patchouli. I want to make some patchouli soap. Okay, maybe that's the guy, the dude Gary, the one with the glasses on. Like there's like he has like a hat and sunglasses on, and he turns around and like smokes the dude. I think with like a 38 like snub nose six revolver. I'm pretty sure. Elderberry syrup. That sounds nice. Fire cider. I make moonshine sometimes. It's been a long time. The last time I made moonshine, I did something I shouldn't have done. So I probably shouldn't make anymore. I probably shouldn't even be talking about that on the internet because I made racing fuel. I didn't drink it for the record. Yes, that's the dude I'm talking about. The guy that was waiting on the phone. So Eric, I don't know when I'm gonna set up my own podcast, but I probably should. I feel like I need somebody else to do it with me. So one of these girls that I talked to in Ohio is like super hot, and she got like a pretty big Instagram following and stuff already, and like I think she knows a lot more about social media than I do, and she gets out in 4 months, and yep, that's the guy that I'm talking about, Diamond Cutter. But so I'm hoping when this girl gets out of prison, she can come and we can do this together, like, or she can at least kind of like help me out. Um, but I don't know how that's gonna work with her being in Ohio and me being in Tennessee. But like if I like teamed up with that chick, everybody loves hot chicks, and plus the fact that she just did a lengthy prison sentence, uh, I think it would be good to to get with her and do some content. Hell, we could even do OnlyFans together. I know some people would pay to see her. She's bad. Yeah, so I'm trying, Eric, man. If I wasn't on this live right now, which I'm about to have to go pretty soon because my phone's at like 15% now, and I have no idea where my charger is other than out in my car. Uh, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm like right now I'm learning about using like AI and an app called Canva, and really like Chat GPT. Like Chat GPT will help you a lot with like social media and YouTube channels, and like they'll give you like you can talk to Chat GPT and you can just like tell them about yourself, and they'll tell you like they'll give you all kinds of ideas for like YouTube videos and everything as well. Yeah. Well, as they say, what will be will be. I guess if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Or maybe I was just meant to only talk to you guys. Who knows? Uh, but I would, I would like to, like I have a lot of respect for JD Delay, man. Like, um, I think he is a positive influence on people, and like I kind of, I do have an inspiring story. I've went through hell and back, and I didn't let it like turn me into an asshole. Like I kept a good attitude the whole time, and I would like to like inspire people on a massive scale. Well, I appreciate it, Eric. I appreciate everybody that's fucking with me. I try not to say fuck a lot on here because I'm not trying to come off as uncouth, but I do like to cuss. Sure, it's good to come out every now and then. I don't have my guitar. I guess maybe one of these days I'll be able to like shred guitar and have people want to hear me do that too. Hey, Noel. Right, that's what I'm saying too. Like I work 55 hours a week, so it's hard for me to like, and like this YouTube channel is not the only thing I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to like I just got a pull up bar and a dip bar. Like I'm trying to put in at least 30 45 minutes of exercise every day. I'm trying to get better at playing guitar, you know, like uh and it's hard and do this and it's hard to find time to do these things every day when you gotta put in 55-hour work weeks. Yeah, I mean you're probably right unless I got some chicks to kind of help me along with it, you know what I mean? Like unless I had like people working on this while I was at work or something, or at least putting things like planning, making plans, and like plus I'm just hella unorganized, man. Like as far as like keeping schedules, my only schedule is I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go to work every day, and that's because I have to. You know what I mean? If you don't show up on time every day for work, you're not gonna have a job. But other than that, I have like no organization in my life. Oh, you talking about doing the interviews with all these other guys? Well, I mean, if I hadn't done those interviews, none of you guys would have ever even probably seen who I was. Like, I think, I mean, I'm sure I know for a fact I got a couple like subscribers from videos that I did, and they hadn't even seen my interviews before. But the vast majority of everybody that subscribes to this channel did so because they saw me doing those interviews with the other guys. And I think there's even a way that I can link those videos to my YouTube account, but I'm not sure how it works because there's like copyright rules and stuff. And I'm not trying to get my shit shut down. Yeah, that's my plan anyway. Right? That's where I think that's where the majority of my subscribers from was from the After Prison show because like yeah, after I did the Blood on the Razor Wire and after I did the Ian Bick, I might have got 100 subscribers from each of those, but I got 1,000 probably from the Joe Guerrero stuff. Man, I tried to get Joe to do an interview with Ian Bick, and Joe's acting weird. Uh, I don't know, man. He might not appreciate me talking about it on my channel, but like, he's like, he didn't want to. I thought he, I thought he would be like hell yeah, bro, thanks, I'm gonna do it. But he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna give no interviews right now, bro. So I think he's kind of depressed or something. Like But I wanna see Joe blow up. Like I like him. We're all weird and in some in our own special ways, I guess. Is he paranoid? What would he be paranoid about? I don't know. I mean, I think Joe. There's a lot of people that love Joe. Like on the Ian Bick interview I did, a lot of people in the comments were like, comment complimented me for shouting Joe out, like because they fuck with him. Uh, I mean, he did 7 years. Like that's how much I did in New Jersey. Like it was crazy too because like we both went in the same year and got out in the same year, did the same amount of time. It was crazy. Like within months of each other, I feel like. Yeah, no, I'll never hate on Joe, dude. Matter of fact, like he got a friend for life with me. Like I would come to his rescue if he ever needed anything, just because I fuck with him. But yeah, I thought about like I need to. So JD was telling me I need to make shorts. He's like, that's where you're gonna get your subscribers from shorts. I did like one short, and I was like, this is crazy as hell. Uh, because I mean, to me it is, man. I guess nobody else thinks it's that crazy because the shit only got like 600 views. But I made a short about smoking weed in the courtroom in Sussex County, New Jersey, and that's a true ass story. Like, I put like a quarter ounce, like 7 grams of shatter in a shot glass, and squirted propylene glycol on it and put it in the microwave and melted it all up and poured it in my vape, just like this right here, and poured that shit in the tank. And I walked in the courtroom every day during my trial for over 2 months, every single day. And I would put the vape through the metal detector and get it out on the other side and take that shit in the courtroom. And I was smoking weed literally right in Judge Conforti's face, in Peter Conforti. All his That's awesome too because that dude was such a dick. And I hope he does see this, and I hope he does know that I was sitting there smoking weed in his face the whole fucking time. Nah, I put it in my vape, and I would just hold it in, and like by the time I breathed out, like you really couldn't smell. Like my lawyer never said nothing about it. One day my mom did. My mom was like, "That smells like dope," but like my lawyer Tom Militano and Rebecca, um, what was her? Why can't I think of her last name? I'm friends with her on Facebook too still. Uh, Hell, we even got matching tattoos, and I can't think of her last name right now. But yeah, they nobody said nothing about smelling it. I did it right in the middle of the courtroom with the jury in there and everything. I would like, I would reach down like into like a briefcase, like with a bunch of paperwork, and like reach my head and just hit it right in the middle of the courtroom. If Trump wins, Ross Ulbricht gets out and blows up on prison YouTube. I'm not sure who Ross Ulbricht is. Uh, Conforti died. I ain't even gonna say nothing bad about him. Like, but I'm not. I'm not gonna. I'm not even gonna say that I'm not sad. Like that dude. I remember when they said we have a verdict. Oh, okay, yeah. I know who the dude that created Silk Road and all that. Like I know about that guy. Uh, but yeah, I'll never forget. Conforti, man, he had these eyebrows that looked like big ass caterpillar, like big white furry caterpillars on his face. And when they slid the verdict sheet over to him, I seen them big caterpillar eyebrows raise up on his forehead. And as soon as his big furry eyebrows went up, I told myself, I said, I beat these motherfuckers. And I did. I did hear that. I heard that Keogh Dwyer is no more. Everybody goes to what? Morris County or something now, right? That's wild. How do you not have a county jail in the biggest county in New Jersey? Well, I don't. Like I said, I don't even want to talk bad about that dude. But I just hope that justice is served. I hope he gets everything that he deserves in the afterlife. That's all I'll say about that. No more, no less. Y'all want to see a tattoo? That's the matching tattoo I got with Rebecca. The she was the like my legal aid lady, the lady justice. That's based on like an Egyptian god, maybe even prior to the Egyptians, but the name was Ma'at, and it's like the goddess of equality and balance. His eyebrows definitely look like caterpillars. And did you know, like, he's set in a booster seat? Like, he's only like 5 feet tall. Guess a lot of them old Italians are short. I went back in his chambers one day. They tried to get me to waive my right to attend this, because what it was, this is during my first trial, and the jury wasn't supposed to know that I was in jail, you know. And I'm in there. I got a suit on, but my bracelet was like sticking out of my shirt sleeve, and I said something about it, and like my lawyer, like they made a like an emergency. They stopped the trial, and we went back in Judge Conforti's chambers, and they tried to get me to just waive it because, oh no, this is what this was. One of them had asked the court recorder if I was in jail, and I said she probably seen my bracelet. You know, I had that red band hanging out my shirt sleeve. And anyway, yeah, they tried to get me to waive my right to be there, and I said, hell no, I ain't waiving shit. And I made them let me in Conforti's chambers. He had a cup back there. He had a coffee mug that had a caveman on it with a club, and it said, "I'm the decider." Like, yeah, you would have a coffee mug like that, and you were power hungry, bitch. Man, Sussex County Jail. I always said it, and I will always say this for the rest of my life. Probably, if I had to do all that time in a county jail like I did, I was lucky. I was glad it was Sussex County because, for one, the jail was soft as hell. No, was nobody getting stabbed up in there. Nobody was getting beat up. Really, like, it wasn't a dangerous place to be. And anybody that will tell you that they want to be down there, and I've known dumbass people like that. And I'll tell you guys a story real quick. I was in prison in Tennessee, and this dude's name was Isaiah Vaughn, and the kid was telling me that he wanted to be down in Trousdale County, where the action's at, like where you got to sleep with a damn knife under your pillow. And I told him straight to his face, I said, "You're either retarded or a liar." I said, because if you want to be somewhere where you got to sleep with a knife under your pillow, you're just a dumbass. And I'm not buying it. Just keep it real. And then, like, 3 weeks later, maybe it was a little longer than 3 weeks later, but it wasn't very long. I had moved out of the building, and I was outside the wall in the camps, and I forget why I was in the chaplain's office. I think because I had like some type of, oh yeah, because I was getting money to go to CDL school, and the social worker lady was meeting me in there, And while I was in there, I see the fax machine picture, like of the paper comes up out of the printer, and it was that kid, Isaiah Vaughn. And I was like, what's up with that? And the chaplain said it was his job to notify people's families of their deaths, and that dude had just hung himself. And this is the dude just telling me like, oh, I'm like, I don't know, maybe he hung himself because he wasn't getting enough action. I don't know, but that's a true story. Tell you another one too. Like, people used to run up dope debts. Like in Tennessee prison, that shit was totally different than New Jersey. Like, the cops was bringing the drugs in there, and like it was this was during COVID, so they couldn't blame it on nothing else. And people was running around with track marks all up their necks. They was shooting meth up in their neck veins and their jugulars, and they found a kilo of meth in the library. And there's only one way that shit can come in there, and that's the staff. And I'm in a drug prison, right? And they'll run down on us and piss test the whole building, and all these people with track marks on their neck are passing it. And I figured it out. I'm like, how is nobody feeling dirty? And I'm like, oh, I get it. They don't want people to know that we're all down here getting high. Or, well, I really wasn't. I'd smoke weed every now and then and stress the fuck out about it. But then I'd see all these meth heads passing their piss tests and be like, what the fuck is really going on? But then I figured it out. Like, oh, they're passing everybody because they don't want, they have no way to explain how all these drugs are getting in here. There's only one way they could get in here, and that's the police. Uh, so yeah, that's a true story. How did you get the free projector on 10th? Oh, we was wondering that because I saw your one short about it. Oh, Timu. Uh, man, just where I buy stuff on there, I'll just get little messages and be like, "You got a free $100 coupon," and like they'll make you might have to spend $20 to use it, but they'll give you $100 worth of free shit. So that projector was like $59.99, and I just clicked on it and got it. I got it free. I bought like some phone chargers or something, and then I got that projector for free. That shit was dope. What's up, Zane? Um, who was a drug addict? What about drones too? Right up the cell windows. Cover they saw those people shooting arrows. Huh. Yeah, I guess that would work, man. I got some bomb ass drones, and I don't know if y'all seen the videos where I talked about them people trying to kill me down in Georgia, but like I used to take them drones. Maybe I probably shouldn't even. I think the statute of limitations is probably up for this shit, but maybe I better not talk about it. But they wanted me to do some wild shit like that with drones, and I told them, hell no, I ain't doing it. Like, I know where to get drones, and I can teach you how to fly drones, but I'm not doing no illegal shit with it. That's what's up, Zane. Yeah, I felt like in the Matt Cox and in the Chad Marks interviews, like I didn't feel like I shouted him out enough. Like I so when I did the one with Ian Bick, I was like, yeah, first things first. Like I want to do this before I say anything else because I wanted to like make sure and let it be known because I felt like I didn't quite give him the respect that I should have in the first ones. But I get nervous doing those interviews. Uh, so I do the best I can. Yeah, that's crazy that they got some fentanyl pills when I was in Tennessee, and a whole bunch of people died over that. That's wild. Oh, I was gonna tell you all this story real quick. There was this kid in Tennessee, and he would call his mama and be like, "Mama, I need $50. Like I owe these guys and I'm gonna get stabbed, if I don't send cash out $50 right now or $100 or whatever. And his mama paid it, and then he'd do it again, and she'd say, "Don't do this no more. I'm not paying no more." And like she probably done it another time after that, and then finally she told him, she said, "Look, son, I don't know what to tell you. I told you I'm not doing it no more. Uh, you're gonna have to figure it out on your own." So that dude got off the phone, went to his cell, ripped the sheet up, hung it up right there, killed himself over $50 fucking tenth of a gram of meth he probably got for that $50. And his whole life came to a tragic end because he was too scared to face the dudes that were gonna poke him up. And, I mean, they probably weren't even gonna kill him. They were just stab him up a little bit. Like he probably wouldn't have even died. Yeah, I know. That's my biggest thing with this YouTube shit, especially going live. Because I ain't trying to say some shit that I shouldn't, for sure. Man, where'd I put my vape? That's crazy. Like, I gotta have that damn vape. But there's far worse things I could be addicted to, I suppose. What I do with it? I need something to drink. You guys, if this thing just cuts off all of a sudden, it's because my phone died. It had 15% a few minutes ago. The boat life, man, I love it. I really do love it there. Most of the time, I don't even, like, I forget that I'm even on a boat. It's just like a little studio apartment, really. Like, even in storm, well, when it storms and it rains really hard, that shit is like, I love it. Like the sound of the rain on that metal roof, it puts me in like a trance. Like I had the best, that was the best sleep I think I ever got one time when everybody was telling me like, get off that boat. uh, people were scared for me being on it. And I was like, hell no, I'm gonna be like Lieutenant Dan. I'm going down with my ship. And it started raining hard as hell, and I just zoned out, man. And that was one of the hardest sleeps. I woke up and my whole face was just wet because I slobbered all over myself. But yeah, I like living on that boat. Uh, I haven't been on there in the winter yet. It's fixing to start getting cold, but it's so small. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to heat and keep comfortable, really. What the fuck did I do with my vape, man? Oh, here's one. I'll find it later. Hit up Lieutenant Dan. Yeah, I remember Tyler. Yeah, Ian was super cool. So was JD. So they had another dude there. I did an interview with him too. His name's Kevin Lanning, and his podcast is called Rise Above. I just talked to him a couple of days ago. He said that that will be out in 4 weeks. So sometime in the next 3 4 weeks, that should be coming out. And I have no idea if or when JD is gonna put my interview on his shit. I hope that one is good. Like I think the interview with Ian came out pretty good. But then when I did the one with JD, like directly after it, I like it probably wasn't. I didn't like go into as much on it because I was like, I just got done saying this. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I just said this. Like I don't need to say it again. So I hope that JD's interview comes out almost as good as. If it comes out anywhere near as good as the Ian Bick one, I'll be happy. Because yeah, like y'all said, JD's doing big things right now. He was even talking about doing a lot, like doing lives with me and stuff. Like that'll be the shit. And but I'm not really trying to blow his phone up. Like he gave me his number, but I'm not trying to make him regret that. So I don't really. I don't really text. I did talk to him the other day, like briefly through a text, but I talked to Mark Leda too. Did you guys? I think I told that on my last live that I had talked to Mark Leda again. If I get on his shit, a whole bunch of people will hear my story because that dude's got like 6 million. Mackerly, you know? Did you know Clark Fredericks? I still talk to him too. I guess I'm gonna be on his. He's got a podcast. I'm gonna be on his shit. His story's wild. Matter of fact, I was talking to JD about Clark and was like, bro, you would love this dude because you know how JD is off that chomo shit. Like that's about all he wants to talk about is putting chomos and wood chippers. And Clark really did cut the dude's throat that raped him. So like this dude, Clark should be JD's big homie. And I just connected those two guys together. So I hope something good comes out of that too. I'm gonna guess he did time. He don't look like the type. Ian. Yeah, Ian. He did 3 years in the feds, but I could totally see him being locked up. You know, there's all types of people in prison for all types of different things. And so Ian's story is he owned a nightclub when he was like 19 years old, and I think uh, he was charged with like some type of fraud with like investments or something to that nature. And but yeah, he did 3 years in the feds and then got out and started the podcasting and stuff. So I just got a notification I had 5% left. So we ain't got very much longer, you guys. But while I can, I want to say I appreciate all you guys being here and talking to me and giving me something to talk about tonight, giving me some watched hours. Hopefully, I can get this YouTube channel uh, more pro sooner than later. I'm studying how to work Canva to make the thumbnails and do all that. So eventually, if you guys stick around long enough, hopefully you'll get to see the metamorphosis of my YouTube channel and see it blossom into something pretty cool. Hopefully, I get some hot chicks on here to. Hey, thank you, Mother Shipton. Yeah, I mean, that's what they call club fed. They have certain federal prisons that are like that. That that's where somebody like Jeffrey Epstein would go. Like their home. That's where they send the homies. But yeah, for sure. Clark's doing pretty good. I just talked to him on the phone a couple days ago when I was telling well, I was gonna ask him first. Like I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you want me to give these guys your phone number? And he was cool with it, but he said he can't give out any interview. He's got a book coming out, and I thought I saw something about a damn Netflix series. Like he was about to get a TV show or something, or a documentary series or something like that on Netflix. Uh, I think so. So Clark was on the soft white underbelly. What I was just talking about, Mark Leda. I'm supposed to be on there too. Eventually, I probably shouldn't talk about it because like he told me he was coming out to do it like last year when I was in West Virginia. Then he never came, so I was like, damn, I done told all these people I was gonna be on the soft white underbelly. Now this dude's ghosting me. But yeah, I just talked to him again the other day, and he said he still wants to do it. So, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure how many followers Clark's got, but I think he has quite a few. I know his videos on soft white underbelly got over 1 million views. Yes, sir, Zane. Uh, Man, I'll be making some like fire ass cheesecakes and stuff around here, and I keep telling my mom like I need to be making videos while I'm doing this. Like I'm making like homemade, like all from scratch, like cashew caramel, salted caramel cheesecakes, and just pumpkin pumpkin spice caramel cheesecakes, like badass stuff, man. And I need to get with it. I need to figure it out. Like I need to get my shorts game up. Like start making YouTube shorts. Like make stingers and hot boys and show you guys how to do all that. Like tattoo gun. Like that's how Joe got famous. Is showing people how to make a prison tattoo gun. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I hope I do good. I guess I just gotta have faith in myself and like determination and just a lot of times I have to like I force myself to even do these lives because it is a little still strange to me to like get on the internet like this. Like I'm kind of a shy dude, so to just I know there's only what like 15 people at the most in here at, tonight. I think that was the most I'd had at one time. So it's not like I'm talking to millions of people right now, but the thought of that is pretty wild. Like how JD does, like when JD goes live, he's got thousands of people up in there in that live, like commenting and stuff. Um, what's up, man? Your story's so inspiring. When is the Netflix movie coming out? I really appreciate that, man. Like I want to inspire people. Like it gives me like a sense of purpose. Like that's what I was put here on this earth to do, and I want to do what I was put here to do. Um, so that would be dope as hell if they made a Netflix series. And speaking of that, somebody just texted me this media, like I forget what it's even called now. Did something digital media, and it was basically like an application to put your shit out there like that. With like production companies. But I like Googled it and I was reading about it on Reddit, and I guess they ask you for money, so it's kind of like a scam. Like it. I shouldn't have to pay any money to anybody. Like my store, like people should be paying me. So if it's not somebody offering me a whole bunch of money for my life story, like I shouldn't have to pay nothing. So I ain't really gonna mess with that. But it would be cool for sure. I know a lot of people in the comments on the interview I just did with Ian Big, like it seemed like every comment was like, "This needs to be a movie. This needs to be a movie. This needs to be a documentary." And I would love to make that happen. So hopefully, the right person will see it and get a hold of me, and we can make it happen. Yep, God definitely has big things in store for me. I agree with you. Joe has some good cooking. Oh, Joe, they don't want me in Joe's cooking competitions because I will wreck shop on that shit. Like I guess I must get that from my mama. My mama's a badass cook too, but so am I. Also, they don't want to see me at no chess, and they don't want to see me at no Scrabble. They might can do like the video games and all that, but I'm pretty good at chess. I would like to. That would be cool to somehow like broadcast like chess matches, and people could try to beat me, and I could just sit here and talk shit to them and kick their ass at chess live on YouTube. Matt Cox is interested. Oh, in writing my story. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I did the interview with Matt Cox. He didn't say anything to me about it. I didn't even know that he wrote books or whatever. Right. Yeah, well, I don't know. Like I just really don't want to like I'm afraid that the dude would regret like him giving me his I guess as long as I got something worth talking about and I'm not just hitting him up for dumbass shit, he'd probably respect it because JD he's a cool ass dude for sure. What do you mean they stole Reservoir Dogs from Matt Cox? I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen that movie. Does it have like Al Pacino or something in it? Like I feel like I've seen Reservoir Dogs, but I can't remember what it was even about. Huh. That is something that I am genuinely concerned about, is somebody just like stealing my life story and getting rich off the shit and me not making a damn penny, running around like Jay and Silent Bob talking about where's my motherfucking movie check. I've got Matt Cox's phone number too. I got Ian Bick's phone number in my phone. I got Mark Leder's number in my phone. JD Delay, like that's pretty wild, ain't it? Did you guys see where somebody had texted me that the other day, where they were talking about a guy just got out of prison in New Jersey last week, and it was because of Jacob's Law, or Jacob Gentry's Law. Like, I knew that my case had got people out of prison, but I did not know that they were calling it, that they named that shit after me. Like, that's nuts. That makes me really proud. I have a law named after me. But yeah, I might hit up Matt Cox and ask him uh, about some book stuff. So the the project manager of my job has written a couple books, and he knows some, publishers and stuff. And the other day, I thought I was in trouble. It was like the end of the day, and he said, "I got 3 calls about you today." He's like, "We need to talk." And I'm just like, "Oh shit, what did I do?" I'm thinking I'm about to get fired or something, but no, he was talking about book people and podcast. Like, he's got a podcast, like he wants me to be on it. So like my boss at work is trying to open up some doors for me too. So you never know, man. You never know. Like, I could get up tomorrow and have a email from some, and I've already gotten 2 people say like, "Hey, I want to write your book." But then I told the first guy, I was like, well, don't we need some kind of contract? Like, he just wanted me to start sending him my transcripts and sending him all my information. And I was like, well, before I do that, I need to know what I'm going to make off of it before I start giving you my shit. Um, but yeah, you just, you never know what tomorrow holds, man. I feel like I did try to message the guy from Lockdown 23 and 1. I can't remember if I emailed him or messaged him on Instagram or something, but I did reach out to that guy. And Ian Bick, like, one of the last things he said to me, he's like, "If there's anybody else that you want to work with, man, let me know and I'll try to make it happen." I said, just off the top of my head, because I knew Jumpsuit Pablo had a big following, I was like, "Jumpsuit Pablo." And he was like, "Oh, that's easy." And then I was like, "What about everybody was telling me I need to be on Lockdown 23 and 1 too." And so I think Ian knows that guy, but I don't know if he's not as tight with him as he is Jumpsuit Pablo. But yeah, I may message Ian and be like, "Hey, what's up with hollering at Jumpsuit Pablo?" And the guy from 23 and 1, his name's Matt, right? And I heard that he got his start from being on Joe Guerrero's After Prison show. But if any of you guys know that guy from Lockdown 23 and 1, hit him up and tell him to hit me up. Splinter is awesome, but he's manic. I hope he gets it together. He's trying to. I know who you're talking about. I've not heard anybody call him Splinter before. But yeah, man, I want to see him come up. Why you think I have a wilder side when I'm being interviewed by people? I don't know. Like, I just I guess maybe. Oh, his name is Josh. Why was I thinking his name was Matt? I don't know. I guess probably when I'm giving those interviews, I become animated because I'm like reliving these things that happen. So it's, you know what I'm saying. I'm telling stories. On this, I'm just kind of talking. That's the only thing I can figure out. I just become animated when I'm telling the story of what happened. But you're right. I do have a wild side, I guess. But anymore, now that I'm older, I've learned to keep it locked away. My phone's gonna die any second, you guys. I've been on here for 2 hours. It's wild. But too bad. I didn't have my charger. I'd hang out even longer. Uh, but I'm gonna start trying to do more. And if any of you guys want to friend me on Facebook or something, if y'all want me to do a live, just hit that little ding on Facebook Messenger and be like, "Yo, do a live, bro." Like I need encouragement. Like it does encourage me. Like when people tell me like, "Yo, your channel's the shit," like I fuck with you, like that gives me the motivation to do it. Cause like I said, it's I'm kind of nervous still, like talking on the internet like this, and a lot of times I'm just like, what do I even talk about? What do I make a video about tonight? Like I don't know. So it's a lot easier for me to just click the go live button and start talking to people. Strippers and lots of drugs. Well, I mean that was part of my life. It was a big part of my life. Jacob's Ladder is fire though. Hell yeah, man. Man with the plan. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, no more strippers and drugs for me. I'm just a regular guy. But yeah, I was pretty wild when I was younger. Yeah. Well, I'm glad, I'm glad people like it, and it, like you said, yeah, it's real as hell. Like you couldn't write this at all. Like it bugs me out. It still blows my mind, and like more of the things that trip me out are like, yeah, that whole prison shit, that whole chapter in New Jersey, that was wild. But like the law of attraction story that I tell on my channel, about making that list of all these things with my dog and my motorcycle and that house that I bought and my freedom. Like I had a 1 in 1,000 chance to win my appeal. Then I had probably another 1 in 1,000 chance to actually win my trial after that. So like it was like a 1 in 1 million, you know. And for all of those things, like I'm doing a 35-year sentence, and I make a list of these things that I want, and it's just like all my dreams come true. Like it's magic, man. Like the law of attraction story, the angel number stories, the psychic stories, like those things that I talk about, like those are the things that I really want to talk about, because that shit is real, and I want other people to see that and to understand that and to make all their damn dreams come true too, Like just trying to spread the word. Right. I looked into like getting a patent on my story so that like nobody could take it. Like but it's the laws with that are like weird. It's called like intellectual property, and I was reading into it a little bit cuz do I like Jumpsuit Pablo? I mean, I don't hate him, but he's got a big ass following. I guess he's I don't really listen to him like that. Like I have listened to it seems like all he talks about is Wade Wilson, but it's not that I like him that much. It's just that I know he has like a big platform, and I feel like the the more people that hear my story, like the more subscribers I'll get, and that's ultimately the goal, is to have 1 million subscribers. Even though who guess anything's possible. I don't put nothing out of the realm of possibilities, but it's that'd be super wild if my social media ever got that big, which probably pretty doubtful. But oh yeah, for sure. No, well, life is definitely crazy when you're young. Thank you, Walking Tall. I'm gonna read that comment out loud because the last live I did, there was this girl at a Navajo reservation, and she was talking about how like all her elders like watch my YouTube channel and think I'm the shit, and like that meant so much to me. But I never really like read her comment out loud. But it's for anybody else that's listening. I guess anybody in here can read it too, but it says, "Continue to give God the glory for where you are. He would not have brought you this far for nothing. I can tell you have a good heart, and the world needs more people like you to shine." I appreciate that a lot, and I will always, you know, give thanks and just be humble, I guess, or try to at least, because you're absolutely right. Like I do have a purpose in this life, and I want to do it. I want to fulfill it. I don't want to waste my life and like look back and just. I want to when I die. I want to feel like I did something good with my life. Because I've done plenty of bad stuff. You know, like I really do feel terrible for like all the drugs that I like sold people and spread. Like I poisoned my brothers and sisters. And I know I have to have a karmic debt for that. Everything that you do comes back to you. And I just didn't really, when you're young, you're stupid and you ain't got it figured out yet. And when you're bombarded with television programming that's glorifying drugs and drug dealing and sex and violence and all that, like it's hard not to become programmed by that. But really, I would like to, like JD, like he reps his gang and shit. But me, I'm kind of trying to show people that gang shit is not where it's at, man. Uh, like the secret societies control